Hello everyone and welcome back to Veluwe Zoo. And let's start off with showing what I did then the last episode. So I added these grizzly bears, and he looks very happy. And he has offspring due, or she has offspring due. I thought it was a male, but there was one thing I wanted to check. And there was the stress level. So this one is okay. That one is okay. Okay, so it was just the amount of guests that were looking at these animals. So another thing, enrichment. They need a little bit more food enrichment. So let's add that one. Grizzly bears. Alright, so we can add this thing. There is already a lot of things going on here. Yeah, so the guest can have a better view from the let's make it back again how it was. Smooth. Alright, so let's check. Bang. Nutrition. We have a bad quality food. Animals. Grade 2. Oh damn, that's expensive. I need to get some new animals in quickly. Right, so we have some new research done. Oh, there's a lot going on for the grizzly bears. My Nialas going strong. Let's check on my exhibit animals. Oh, I have two females here. That's okay. Oh, a lot of female, and one male. Lucky man. So you, and you. Sent to trade center. Goodbye. Let's check. Oh, I have a lot of. I really have a lot of young adult. So these guys can still go on for a while. These are way too old. Sent to trade center. Bye bye. I'm sorry guys, I have to make some money. Okay, I'm just gonna sell all these flamingos. Okay, so yeah, my grizzly bear does have a low welfare. See, it's still the stress. Where is his stress coming from? Is that because of these? There's nothing. Why is he stressed? I don't get it. And now it's getting better. Alright, let's try to add some more trees. Maybe that will help. Alright, doesn't help, is it? I'm gonna watch some tutorials about stress levels later, because apparently I have no clue what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm back, and I did a bit of research. And okay, there are a few things. I have to do some research, some mechanic research. So not the Africa team, but I have to do barriers, because I need that one. So one thing that also might help if people just shut up. So I'm gonna add signs that say Zamu Parfu, putting it anywhere I can. Let's try to do it like that. And here, do the same. Just putting down a lot of them, so I'll make sure that my animals don't get stressed out anymore. How is my stress going? See? Already fixed it. This zoo could do with expanding a little. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so I'm gonna expand the zoo with some reindeers, and it has been a bit confusing. If you look at the Zoopedia, if you look at continents, it says North America, and if you look at the image, then it looks like Europe and Asia. But I did find that they would fit in perfectly in this part of the zoo. So in my previous episode, I just threw down these star things, and I didn't do anything with it. And I visited the zoo like a week ago, and they also had a reindeer habitat, and I'm just gonna put the picture of that habitat in right now, and you can see that on the back they have probably like a stable or something like that. And I'm gonna put all the staff buildings in that building, and I'm just gonna base this habitat on that one. I didn't really like the habitat itself, so I'm gonna make it a little bit prettier than the actual habitat, but I just want to make it a little bit realistic. So yeah, this is a building that you would actually see in a normal zoo, and it's really a basic thing. So I'm just gonna try to copy that one into my zoo. So finally, I found out that you can just create a separate group of your roof, and then you can just extend it a little bit, and it looks much better. I'm trying out different things with the roof, but I just keep it with this same piece. It looks a bit industrial in some case. It's all the metal walls and metal roof pieces. I don't want the interior to look okay, so you can actually look into the building. So I want to make sure that looks proper. I'm trying to recreate the front of this building, and then I find out, okay, I have to move these wall pieces a little bit to the back, and then I can put the pillars down, and then it actually looks like the building in Burgers Zoo, which is the zoo I visited and where the picture is coming from. I actually made that picture myself. I made a lot of great pictures. So normally if you look up a zoo on the internet, on Google Images, then you normally just see the animals up close, and that's not what I want to see if I'm looking for images as inspiration. So I went through that zoo and made a lot of pictures of just random things, buildings, viewing areas, and stuff like that. I actually wanted to create a video about it, but yeah, if you watched my live stream, I did explain why I didn't do that, because I forgot my battery of my camera, and I only made pictures with my phone. And it's not, the quality is okay, but I think they're not good enough for to create a video about it. But if you want to see some of these pictures, make sure you join the Discord and just ask me what kind of pictures you want to see, and I could just throw them in the zoo inspiration part of my Discord. So make sure you join that one if you didn't do it already. So right now I'm struggling a bit with fitting in all these staff building, as I did cut out a lot of footage because it was more like a puzzle to get everything in and get everything connected and usable, so the staff could get out from both sides and make sure they can reach all the habitats. And the staff buildings also have to be connected to the main path, otherwise you get a strange error message about the water treatment and the energy supply. So yeah, I have to make sure that everything is connected. I'm doing the inside of the building just to make it a little bit nicer. So when I'm uploading this one to the Steam Workshop, you can actually just put it in your zoo and have a nice building with literally all the staff buildings are in here. It would be a nice starter, or for example, you can just throw it in and it looks okay. So yeah, I'm also doing the roof on the inside, but you can see that you can see it from the outside. I don't like that, but if you just move these wall pieces, then it's gone. So I will do that later. I'm doing the ceiling on the other side as well right now. Very good. And now you can see, okay, it squeezes through the wall, and I have to just pick up the wall piece, put it back in, and then it's gone. So as easy as that. So if you ever have something like that happening, it's really easy to fix. You can also see me changing the color of the staff buildings, and I really like to just use the open windows so you can actually see the inside of the staff building. I know Frontier has done a great job on the inside of these things, and I just want to show everyone that it looks just really great. So it's just a shame to put a wall in front of it and a window that you can't look through, if you ask me. So I really like to do it that way. Putting down the trims of the roof on both sides of the building. and I think I'm almost finished with this building. And then I thought, yeah, it does look a bit too boring for me, but I will come to that later. So I'm connecting the staff path to the main path right now. So yeah, this is where I'm starting to decorate the walls a little bit more. It was just a bit too boring, if you ask me. So I'm putting down these things, not sure what they called, but it's like a metal thing that plants can use to climb up. So I will add some plants later to that one. I'm just trying to make the windows look a little bit better with these metal frames. I do want to stick with the metal. So yeah, I'm looking for these plants right now. I found them. Very good, and it already looks a lot better, more green, and they actually fit into the habitat for the reindeers. They don't mind them, so that's a good thing. Making sure that the path look okay, putting down the benches again, and then I finally start on the habitat. And again, I try to not use too many barriers, so only on the side and on the back of the habitat I will use the barriers. And I just put down the terrain a little bit so the animals can't escape, and it works perfectly. So as you can also see in the image, I will put it back in right now, there's like a little shelter for the animals, so I'm putting that one in right now. Just some simple log walls and some logs, and you can just create a really nice looking shelter area for these animals. So I do like that this is like a man-made shelter. So if I look at the grizzly bear habitat, for example, I'll really try to make like a cave or something that you would normally see for these animals. But for these kind of animals, I do think that you can just, how should I call it? You can just use a stable that was made by men, basically. It fits in pretty well with this habitat. Just trying to make these logs look a little bit better, to make it more, less fragile. I mean, say it like that. Putting down these things so the animals can sleep, and it already starts to look a lot better. So again, I'm struggling with the path on the inside, but the path tool, you can really do anything with it, but yeah, it just takes some time to get to know everything. But in the end, I always get everything done that I want. So yeah, people are always complaining about the path tool, but you really can do everything with it that you want in the game. You just have to try out different things. So I'm putting down the fence or the gate towards the habitat, and I didn't like the wooden gate, so I will replace that one with a metal one right now. Very good. See, I can look into the future. So yeah, I'm making sure there's no space in between the fence and the building, so it looks a little bit better. And trying to find some reindeer, and fortunately I can find them for cash, so that's a good thing. So then I found out that some of the buildings that I need, so the trade center, was not connected with the path, so I have to throw around some buildings again. I'm sorry if it makes you nauseous or something when you work on the inside of a building. It's the footage is really hard to get looked properly, but I did want to show you guys that I changed the inside like 5 to 10 times probably. I didn't keep count, but in the end everything fits and everything works, and that's very, very important. Yeah, I tried something with the water, didn't look good, so I just kept it like this, putting down the null barrier, and then I can finally throw some animals in. And in the meantime it started raining, so I skipped that part again. You can still see it has been raining. You can see that the animals can't escape right now, so I can start working on the habitat. And actually these animals don't have a lot of needs, so they really do not care a lot about the terrain work. You can see that. So I can put down rocks, trees, plants, whatever I want. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna cover up the side with rocks again. But in the end, I I thought it was too much rock, so I ended up deleting some of them, and still the animals can't escape. That's really important, of course. But it does look better when you... Yeah, I somehow overdid the amount of rocks, so I didn't like that. So I'm using a little trick here to make the curves of the path look a little bit better, and putting down more rocks. Of course, I try to not use too many rocks in this episode and focus a little bit more on the building part. So yeah, right now I'm deleting some of these rocks to make it look a little bit better. You can see I really like the area around that viewing area on the side, that the grass is just going up, but still the animals couldn't escape, so that looks better. Making sure that the animals can eat, and putting down the coolers because they were already complaining that it was too warm. Nobody in the Netherlands ever complained that it was too warm, I think, yeah, or maybe 1 or 2 days a year, but anyway, these animals do find it a little bit too warm, so I'm putting down some coolers. I didn't put them to like minus degrees because I didn't like to have snow in this habitat, so I put them to like 10 degrees, something like that. Eventually it will start snowing in this area, but then everything will be covered with snow. I didn't want to put the actual snow in the habitat. I do see a lot of people use the reindeers in the Arctic region, but the actual habitat in Burger Zoo, there's a different kind of reindeer. I think it's called like a forest reindeer, which doesn't really live in the Arctic region, but more like the normal grassland area. I'm not sure, or maybe some taiga biome, something like that. So I'm putting down the trees, plants, make everything look nice. Make sure that the rocks don't cover up the path. I will fix that later. I had to delete some of the footage because my computer was struggling, and with the... Yeah, I don't know why, but some of the footage was not suitable to watch. So putting down the donation boxes, and that was basically it for this episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you did, make sure you hit the like button, and if you didn't do this already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. That's the best way to keep me motivated to keep on creating content for you guys. So right now there will be some cinematics, and I will see you in the next episode of Veluwe Zoo. Goodbye.